Hi there, welcome to DIY Beauty on Purpose. My name is Leonette, and I'm so glad you have joined us today.
You're going to want to run to Amazon and get these very inexpensive mini wreaths when you see these 6 DIYs. Let's get to it. All right, so I know you can get these mini wreaths anywhere, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, but Amazon has some really good deals, so check them out on Amazon. And as a matter of fact, I do have several for you available on my Amazon store, which is linked down below. So check it out if you want to recreate these at home. All right, so moving along to first DIY, we're going to take this one and these 4 little ones. They are all grapevine wreaths. However, the smaller ones are about 4 inches, and then the bigger one is about, it's still small, but it's just way bigger than the little tiny mini one. So we're going to use 5 of these. We're going to take some black wire that I get at Dollar Tree, and we're going to start attaching them to the one side of the larger wreath, and we're going to tie these very snug. As you can see, I am really pulling on that wire, making sure it is snug, and then I am twisting it several times to ensure that that mini wreath is not going to fall forward or back. I want to make sure they're nicely tight. Then I'm going to fold the excess wire and I'm going to push it right through the wreath. That way we're not going to have anything poking through and scratching a wall or a finger or whatever. We're going to do the same thing with all 3 other mini wreaths. All right, so as you can tell, we are starting to create a paw wreath. And here I'm just trying to make sure that those mini wreaths are not going anywhere. So this paw wreath, it's kind of funny. As I'm placing the greenery, you're going to start seeing it that I'm going to place some faux boxwood that I do get also on Amazon. I'm just going to place a few little pieces as well as these yellow flowers from Walmart just to kind of brighten it up. The funny part about this wreath is that none of my family member or friends thought it was a paw except for my daughter. She guessed it right away. Everyone else thought it was something different. What do you think? Does it look like a paw or does it not? Anyways, let me know in the comments. So I'm just going to add this little burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree bow right to the center, hot glue it, and that's it. I think it looks super adorable, and I think it does look like a paw, but again, let me know in the comments what you think.
If you enjoy DIY home decor, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I post every single week, so make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the content.
All right, for the next DIY, we're going to take some of these natural wood beads that I also get on Amazon, as well as these darker wood tone ones that I already had stained for a previous DIY, and I had some left over. I'm also going to use a few of these paper beads that I also get on Amazon, and again, everything is in my Amazon store. I'm also going to use these knitting needles that I've had. Are they knitting or stitching? Let me know. And I'm going to use the one that has the widest like little hole, so that way it can this jute string can thread right through it. I'm also going to use one of these mini tiny wreaths also for this DIY. We're going to thread the jute string, and then we're going to start with the natural wood tone beads. I'm going to use one first. I'm going to thread it all the way to the end of the jute string. I'm going to tie it to itself, so just basically tie it, and this is going to be my first one so that all the other beads do not go through. And so we're just going to make a very simple knot and secure it, and that way when we start placing the other ones, it'll be nicely secure. All right, so we're going to start with 10 natural wood beads. Then we're going to add 1 white one, then 1 brown one, then 10 more natural wood tone ones. We're going to create a pattern. You can use whatever pattern you want. This is the beauty of DIY. You can use different colors. You don't even have to use these colors. I love natural neutral colors, but you can certainly use any other color you want. So I am going to repeat this pattern 3 times. Friends, a quick reminder about my Etsy shop. If you have not visited, it is linked down below. I add new decals every single week, all free shipping, so make sure you check it out. Again, linked down below. All right, so there you have it. I have it 3 times in a pattern, and you can do this as many times as you want and make the wood bead garland as long as you want. Now for this one, we're going to use the faux green boxwood because it's summer, but I'm going to show you how you can customize this for any season. You can take some of these evergreen picks that I do get on Amazon as well. You can put a couple of them on top just like that and maybe add a Christmassy ornament in the middle or a bell or something on it, and it would be so Christmassy, so cute. For fall, you can use maybe some dried cotton stems like this one, wrap it around, and you can have a fall themed, more of a rustic fall theme look. The possibilities are endless, but again, because we are approaching spring and summer, I think it's going to be perfect to use these faux green boxwood. I'm going to take small little picks from the larger pick, and we are going to thread them to the top of, or one side, but it'll be the top of the mini wreath. And then we're going to take this cute little yellow flower. I have like a stem of them. They're like wood flowers that I got at Home Goods a long time ago. I love them. I love yellow. I'm like so obsessed with yellow. But we're going to use just one. We're going to remove the stem, and then we're going to hot glue quite a bit on the right there in the center between the boxwood, and we're going to hot glue that little flower, and I think it looks so stinking cute. I love these mini wreaths. All right, so now we're going to take the same needle and we're just going to kind of thread it through right behind the flower, and we are going to attach the wreath to the bottom of the wood bead garland. And as you can see, I'm threading it through the last bead, and this is going to bring everything together, and I'm going to tie it to itself. So I'm just going to knot it to right above that last bead, making sure that it's snug and tight, and I'm going to knot it 3 times. Look how stunning this wood garland looks. I love it. I think it's fresh, is trendy. I love it. All right, for the next DIY, I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree wood shelves. You can get these individually like this size, and there's also another one that comes a smaller size, and they come 2 in each. So really good deal for $1.25. We're going to fill in the little holes with some spackle. Once it's dry, then I am going to very lightly sand over it just to smooth it out, and then we're going to dust it really well because we're going to add some paint, and I'm just going to use some Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. And again, this is just my preferred. You can use any paints you have in hand in any color you want, and I'm just going to give it 1 coat because it was sufficient. I was really happy with that. The brush that I'm using is one of my favorites currently, and I do have on my Amazon store as well. All right, so the mini wreath we're using is one of those smaller ones again, and we're going to use some of these, a couple of these little pink flowers. We're going to start with the leaves, and we're just going to kind of glue it to the top of the mini wreath, and then we're going to hot glue the 2 leaves just a little bit on each side so that they kind of spread out a little bit more. They were kind of too much of a like upward, so I just wanted them to fan out a little bit. Then we're going to cut the little pink flowers very close to the flower, and then we're going to hot glue both of them, 1 on each side. And I think this little tiny one is probably my favorite. I love the colors. I love how spring and summer it looks. I just think it's so cute. All right, the paint is dry. We're going to lightly sand it, very, very lightly, just to smooth it out, and wipe it really, really well to make sure there's no dust. We're going to take this Happy Easter. It's a decal, but it's actually one of those decals that stick on a window or glass rather than being sticky on the back. First thing we're going to do is remove the little chick. Even though it's cute, it's not going to fit. Then we're going to take some Elmer's adhesive spray. We're going to add some to the back of the decal. You don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I'm going to dry fit the little wreath just to make sure I know how much space I have. And then we're going to just place it on the right side of the wreath. The adhesive spray worked marvelously. I mean, this little decal went from not sticking to anything to like really, really sticking well. And I love that the white of the decal really blends in with the white of the board. Perfect. All right, so we're going to add a generously amount of hot glue to the little wreath, and then we're just going to hot glue it to the left side. Now, I didn't add any hanging portion to the back of it because I just want to place it on a tabletop, but look how stunning this Easter sign looks. One of my favorites.
If you are enjoying this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow and helps this video reach more people.
All right, for the next DIY, we're going to take this Target Dollar Spot $1 little pedestal. It's for like a candle or a decorizer. I've had it for a while and it's kind of been banged up and it has some like maybe spritz of paint. So I'm just going to lightly sand it to remove them, as well as the base of it. I'm going to wipe it and buff it really well, make sure there's no dust on it. And then we are going to take it outside and I am going to spray paint it with this Rust-Oleum spray paint and the satin finish. One light coat did the work. It's just to give it a fresh look. Then we're going to take one of those mini wreaths again and some of these blue flowers from Dollar Tree. We're going to cut 4 of the little flowers, and that's all I had, so we're just going to make it work. And then we're going to start placing them all around the wreath, and at this time I'm just pushing them in. I'm not hot gluing or anything, because then we're going to take some of this black wire again and we're going to start tying them so that all the flowers are all around the wreath. So we're just going to start folding them, going in one direction and securing them with the black wire. That way the flowers are all, instead of just being like fanned out, they're all going to be nicely attached to the wreath. All right, so then again, the little tiny wires that are left over, I'm just pushing them in just to make sure it's not going to scratch anything. We're going to place it on top of the little pedestal and put one of these faux candles that I get on Amazon, and look how beautiful this looks. You can even do this with one of those larger wreaths, and I think it'd be beautiful. For the next DIY, is one of my favorite. We're going to take 3 of these. They're still mini, but they're a little larger than the little mini tiny ones. And I'm just going to place them kind of like how I see fit, you know, depending on the style and how thick they are. And we're going to take some more of that black wire and we're going to tightly tighten them to each other. Once again, just like the first paw wreath, we just basically want to tie them and make sure you pull on it so that it's very, very tight. And then again, we're going to leave some little tiny wires and just push them inside the wreath. That way it's not going to poke anything or anyone. We're going to do the same thing with the other one, but we're going to offset it a little bit. So I want to create like a little bit of a curve with these wreaths. And then we're going to take some more of those leftover greeneries. I just don't let anything go to waste. And then some of these purple flowers from Dollar Tree, how beautiful they are. All right, we're going to attach them where each wreath comes together, where the joints are, and we're just going to hot glue them. One's going to be facing one way and then the bottom one's going to be facing the other way. Then I'm going to add some of the leftover greenery. We're just going to hot glue it behind the purple flowers just to add a little fullness and just more color. And again, we're going to do the same thing to the bottom one, but facing the opposite side. And then we're going to take some more of that Dollar Tree burlap ribbon and we're just going to thread it through the top wreath. And then we're just going to hot glue it to itself, because that way it's just going to be kind of joined. You can either hang it or not, but however it could be. So I'm just going to add a little bit hot glue to one end and then just hot glue it to the end like that. And then we're going to bring the hot glued portion of it behind the wreath so that it hides it. And that's it. Definitely one of my favorites from today. Love the colors, love the style. So trendy, so easy and beautiful. For the next DIY is the easiest by far. We're going to take 4 more of those little tiny mini wreaths and more of that leftover greenery. This time I separated some of the picks and I'm just going to hot glue 1 to each little tiny wreath. And that's it. 1 on the top of each. We're going to keep it simple. I love simplicity. And so that's it. We're just going to add 1 to each wreath. And these reusable fabric napkins I recently DIY'd on another video. I will have a link down below. We're going to take 1 of them, and well, 4 of them, but each one, and we're going to put them right through, and we're going to use these as napkin rings. They're a little bit on the larger side, but they're beautiful. Easy, simple way to add some natural tones to a tablescape. I think it's stunning. And tell me, was that not the easiest thing ever? I love the way this one turned out.
All right, so that's it for today. You're gonna have to let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I can never choose because I love them all. If you are visiting for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. If you are returning, thank you so much for your time. If you want more inspiration, make sure to check out these 2 videos. You're gonna get tons more inspiration. I can't wait for you to watch. Until next time, I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.